Hi, I'm Terry Hardesty, and welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. Imagine having the world's greatest collection of digital art and no place to put it. Well, that could be changing soon. Joining me now is David Perry, who is with Lucas Cultural Arts Museum, and thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, no, Terry, thanks for having me on the show. You know, that's a great way to open the segment because that is exactly the decision before the Presidio Trust. The Lucas Cultural Arts Museum will be the most extraordinarily innovative museum of its time. And it requires a brand new building, and we are grateful that the Presidio Trust has invited us to develop this at the sports basement site. For those of you who know the Presidio, it was the commissary site built as basically a shopping supermarket for the Army. Now it's a sports basement site, and back in March, the Presidio Trust said, as part of our master plan, we think this spot alone is deserving of a world-class cultural institution. So 16 groups submitted ideas. It was shortlisted to 6, and now the Lucas Cultural Arts Museum is one of the 3 finalists, and the Presidio Trust is going to make their decision by the end of this month. So our fingers are crossed.
What do you think your chances are? Are you up against some stiff competition?
Well, I mean, there's 2 other groups that have great ideas, but you know, I'll be frank about this. They have wonderful ideas, but they're going to have to go to the public and other nonprofits and raise the money. The Lucas Cultural Arts Museum is completely self-funded. $300 million George Lucas will pay to build it, and in addition to that, the Lucas Cultural Arts Museum will return millions of dollars each year in rent to the Presidio Trust. And you know, I've had some people over the last few days say, well, you know, there's this great building near the Presidio, the Palace of Fine Arts building, why not there? Well, 2 things. We were asked to develop this site in the Presidio by the Presidio Trust. The old building that housed the Exploratorium is an old building, wasn't even appropriate for the new Exploratorium, so that's not an option. We just want people to know that this wasn't the Lucas Cultural Arts Museum saying, I want to be in the Presidio. It was the Presidio Trust, caretakers of this unique national park, saying, this is where we want an institution like this.
Well, tell us what kind of work and collection we will see there.
Oh, well, it's just incredible. I mean, even if you just use the core collection of works by people like Norman Rockwell, Maxfield Parrish, N.C. Wyeth, the real great masters of the golden age of illustrative art, the sort of artists you would have seen in the Saturday Evening Post back in the 1800s, early 1900s. In addition to that, you will have cutting-edge digital art. And we feel that this spot is perfect for this museum because the collection runs the gamut. It tells the history of storytelling from 20,000 years ago when cavemen put their imprint on caves, all the way through digital art that was created in the Presidio. So what better place to have it than there? For
those of us who don't really understand what digital art is, can you explain, give us some examples of what that means?
Well, for instance, when you look at some of the incredible film work that was done by Pixar and ILM and whatnot, that is art that was created using a computer. And some people say that's not legitimate art. Well, what we say is all art's about technology. When oil painting was developed, that was a technological leap. When frescoes were developed, that was a technological leap. So nowadays, artists don't use paints and egg tempera. They use iPads, they use computers. But you know, as someone said at a recent public meeting of the Presidio Trust, computers are really stupid. It takes an artist to make them sing, and that's what this museum is all about.
Okay, so when are you going to hear exactly the date, and how is it going to be tabulated? Can people vote, or what?
No, there are 7 people who make this decision. These are presidential appointees, the Presidio Trust Board of Directors, and they are representing the most unique national park in the country. They are looking for the public to weigh in. So if people want to voice their opinion, they can, but at the end of the month, we'll know if it's going to be here.
Okay, well, your website is up there. They can take a look and put their pressure and their words of wisdom in there. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Terry.
Okay, and we'll see you next time on another edition of Comcast Newsmakers.